Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, July 15th, and I am on my way to pick up a side-by-side utility vehicle, a Massimo Warrior 1000 that I ordered, well, I don't know, it wasn't as long as everything else was, like a month ago, and they had to go to Texas to get it, so it is in now. So I just wanted to get down there before they close so that it's not sitting outside. I don't like to have my things outside if I don't have to, so I want to go get it. And the Yanmar VIO 55 was supposed to come today, and then they said tomorrow, and now it's going to be Monday morning, so it better not go past that. So I'll get a shot of when I get there, and then I'll give you a thorough look at it when I get it back home. All right, here we are at the dealership.
Here we go. This is a 2022 Odes Desert Cross 1000 UTV. Check it out.
Still got the plastic on the seats. I'll give a more in-depth one when I get it home, but just wanted to show you here. And I'll turn around. Let me get your shirt, so anybody's interested in buying one, there you go. And he's going to drive it on the trailer so I could video, and I'll get another shot of it, and I'll go through the whole thing when I get home. They got to go a little farther.
Are we good?
Perfect. All right, well, I pulled the whole truck and trailer in the shop because we are starving, and Wendy informed me that we need to leave now. So just give you a quick shot of that distance, but I like it. Okay, here we are next morning. This is an Odes Warrior 1000. And it's basically the same as a Massimo, and I think the other one is Benchy. I think they're all pretty much the same. The badging didn't come yet. This is a 22 model, and they don't have any more 22 stickers. They got the 23 stickers coming out, and they'll get them to me. I think it says Warrior up on that panel below the windshield, and there's some other things, but I don't care about that right now. But I measured it. It's got 13 3/4 inches of ground clearance, which is pretty good. It's got a 4,500 pound winch, and that's what I used to crank it down on the trailer. So that was very handy. LED lights. It's got split windshield. You can open it up to get some air, or you can take it off all the way if you want, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. It's got all these tie downs that pop out, and quite a large deck here to be able to put things on. And the one thing I know I'm going to do with it is I'm going to put the Harbor Freight light bars on the roof. And one of the reasons why I wanted this 1000, they had an 800 in stock. The 1000, obviously, it has like 15 more horsepower, but it's fuel injected. The motor's there. I guess it's the same as like a Rotax. It's basically a clone of the Rotax engine. But the roof is steel. On the 800, it is plastic, and everything is steel, which is what I like about this thing. So again, more tie downs there. It's got a trailer hitch I'm gonna have to get an extension though. It would be very hard to crank the handle on most trailers. The trailer handle would be in the way. So I'm gonna get an extension so that the hitch will be out farther, because I will be towing, I'm sure I'll tow something around. I think it has a 1,500 pound capacity, but it's still will be handy. And plus it would be to pull somebody out, or to pull this out if it ever got stuck, which I don't think that should happen. But let's see what else. There's the fuel tank. I believe it's almost 13 gallons. You can see I got the David's Memorial sticker already in place. I knew he would love this. Looks just like a Hummer. And hopefully it's tough like one. And it even has some place to put, you could put, what do you call it? Shackles down there if you wanted for pulling as well. Which I'll probably get some of those and put them on. It's got mirrors. Three bench seats, which are individually adjustable. And look at this, in case you wanted to learn something for the day. It says, it's dangerous, put the plastic film on head. So take note of that, children. Don't put the bag on your head, because it could be dangerous. Oh, and let's see. I got to take that little protective thing off the locking box here. And oh, it's got a remote. Got a remote for the winch, so you can do it from out of the vehicle. And it's got, I didn't get the owner's manual yet. He's got a, they had to mail it to him. They forgot to get it, I guess, or whatever. So suspension, there's the radiator, because it's liquid cooled. And this is a tilting bed, and this also goes down like that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some wooden sides on it. It's got the stake pockets here, and I want to put that all around so that I can put some holders on it for like weed whacker, pole pruner, shovels, whatever. So because I'm going to be using this around the property for, you know, tools and that kind of thing. And this is going to be much better for me every day with the excavator and the dozer and all that, because what I've been doing is I put a pallet on the forks of the tractor, and I put the grease gun and the grease, all the tubes and all the stuff that goes along with it, and oil. And it'll be much better to have it in the back here instead of, because I had one time a whole case of grease fell off and I couldn't see it until it was too late, and I drove over $60 worth of grease. And not only did I drive over it, it's hard to do this one hand, not only did I drive over it, but it splattered all over the tractor. Alright, let's check out the inside. So like I said, it's got fresh air vents right there with a screen. I'm going to take this plastic off because I wouldn't want it to get on my head. And let's see, still got plastic on the gauge. You got 2 ports here. This is probably, yep, that's a USB, and this is a regular 12 volt one. I could tell by looking at it. And they're watertight. And you've got your lights, high beams, low beams, turn signals, hazards, horn. Guess the horn only works when it's on. The key is on. Here's the winch in and out. This tips the bed. 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive. Let's see. And you got this has differential front locker and a rear locker. So, and it's a push to start. It's funny, you gotta turn the key on, but push to start. So that's kind of neat. And like I said, it's got the mirrors. The windshield splits, so you can push it out like that. So if you want to get air, but not get bugs and rain or whatever coming in your face. Got a panic bar up there for the middle passenger. It's got seat belts. Well, let's turn it on and see what we get. Oh, great. They gave it to me with a full tank, huh? Fuel shortage. Oh. Well, I hope that just slipped their minds and they don't give away. This thing wasn't cheap. I think they could have sprung for a full tank of fuel. Well, I better put some in so we don't run out. Let me go do that. Nicer on the ground. Can't see underneath it, but you can see more of it. So it's got regular seat belts. Let's see. Let's do the lift. Not the fastest dump in the world, but it's better than doing it by hand. I believe it is rated for 500 pounds. And what you do, from what I gather, when you want to work on the engine is you pop those pins out of the cylinder and then this thing will flip all the way up. Or up farther at least. There's the engine. The down. Bugs are terrible. All right, we'll take it for a ride. Has two speeds, high and low. So I think it goes like 60 miles an hour, but I don't want to go too much. I didn't punch it all the way just because, you know, it's got to break in. I think it's 25 hours, I believe he said. Change the oil and all that. So, all right, well, so far so good. I'm gonna go take her for a little more of a ride around and see how it goes. Oh, and here's the windshield. Pop it out like that. Better like this anyway, because when it was rattling, it would hit up against here. So that'll still let air in, but unless it was really pouring, then I don't think it would affect anything. And if it's really pouring, I think you're going to get wet in from the sides and the back. So I think that's the least of your worries. But all right, go take it for a ride. All right, I'm gonna finish up this video, and I don't know, I've driven it for maybe 2 hours, even though I think my hour meter is not working because it still only says a half an hour. So I'm gonna have to have them look at that because I don't think that's working. And I talked about putting sides on this, and I cannot, well, if you look at the front, you couldn't put sides in the front because when this, it needs this arc right here in order to clear the roll bar. And what I failed to mention is I got jump seats. They're stuck in a container somewhere supposedly, but it's two jump seats, seat belts. They go in these holes and they have pins that hold them in. So this way you can make it a 5-passenger if you got somebody here. So instead of having the double row, and you can just pop them out and then have it as a dump bed. So I made these just quickly. These are just regular 2x4s. They're not pressure treated or anything. I just made this so that I could put the pole pruner and the weed whacker across there if I want to. Oh, I've already done it. And then I can just remove them. But I am going to make some nicer, just removable sides. And I'll make them so the bed can dump. Because with this 2x4 here, if you put the 2x on the outside of this, instead of on the inside, if you put it on the outside, I was actually going to rabbet it in so it would be flush, but that won't work as well if it's flush. So I'm going to, I'm just going to get 5/4 decking material and put probably just 2 rows high that I can pop in and out and make one for the back. So if I have something that's bigger, then I can just pop it out. But for the most part, this actually is pretty handy right there. So what else did I want to show you? There was something else. Oh, the one complaint that I have, well, I don't have it anymore, is the gas pedal. The gas pedal, if you can see it, it ends right there. And you have to drive with your foot in the air, unless you have a size 13 foot, which I only have a size 8. You can't put your heel on the floor, but you can't go too much with this, because when you give it full, this gets close to the floor. Because I was thinking of putting like a 2x12 on the floor just to rest my foot on. And so what I did was, Wendy always tells me I never throw anything away. So if you remember, I had put a new muffler in the 250. Oh, that's no good. And I had to cut the hood out to fit the new muffler in. And the piece that I cut out was that piece right there. And it literally had the notch cut in it perfectly. The only thing it did was it came down to a V. So I had to cut off the V over here and one little point that was over there. And it had the perfect curve and everything to it. So that goes to show you never throw anything away. And that works fine now. But that's the one complaint that I had. And I said, who would ever take out the windshield? Well, me. Didn't like looking through it. Gave a glare. I'm never really going to drive this in the rain. I mean, that would be the only thing, because if you look, the roof doesn't protrude over the dashboard, so the water would pour right down in here. So it's quick on and off. It doesn't take very long. It's just a couple of number 5 hex, metric hex, and so that wasn't bad. But I much prefer it. I'm just going to leave this one on here. It gives you a little wind deflection, but it's nice because you still get wind in your face. So again, I'm still going to break it in. I'm not doing any full speed maneuvers yet. It says 25 hours. So there you go. Well, hopefully, I know there's not a lot of videos on YouTube about these, so hopefully people will find this helpful. And as usual, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. All right, for everybody that stayed right to the end, this is where you get a little extra bonus footage. This today, I'm taping this, is the same day that I got the Warrior, or the next morning. It's July 16th. So this is how much is done. Lost even more real estate over there, but a lot of material dug up, and that's just what I dug up at the end of the day. I had 2 more of those, and I pushed them all the way up here. So you can see now that this is pretty much the height that it's going to be. still has to be graded off, but it's pretty much the height, because it's this way. And again, when I talk about the diversion trail, this is the diversion trail, which it used to be a trail because there were all trees here. There's a video on me making the trail, and there's a video on me removing those, and this is the way to come around. But this, I'm going to build this whole area up. That was actually a big hole right there. There was a big tree that I took down that I just filled that in as well. But I'm going to fill this in probably 18 inches as well to 2 feet. And as I've talked about it before, this is going to curve. So right now what I'm trying to do is figure out exactly where the road is going to end and the slope will start, because I don't need to make it this wide. I mean, it's not going to be as wide as where the breached dam is. It doesn't need to be. None of the others, none of the other roads are that big. The North Road over there isn't nearly as wide. It's not even close. There wasn't enough material to make it any wider over there, unfortunately. So I'm thinking probably, like, I'm almost there. And then it'll curve around. So just wanted to give a sneak peek for everybody that stuck around to the end. And there will be, I didn't actually video what I did on that day. I didn't feel like it. And it's getting closer to David's 3-year anniversary, and I just not in a very happy mood. And I just didn't, you don't realize it takes a lot of time to set the cameras up and do all that, and I just wanted to get it done. So I didn't really take a video, and it's not too much different than what you've kind of seen, other than what I accomplished. So here's a look back. So again, it's going to kind of, obviously it's going to start at that corner, and then it's going to curve around and then come back. So all this will go as well, and this will stay. Pretty much that's the slope. I'm going to fill it back in. Supposed to be getting the Yanmar on Monday now at 8 a.m. So, but I won't be getting the I've got all the same attachments that Chris got, his LD18 AMI. So let's go see over here. Well, those busy beavers have put it back together again. I noticed the water was coming up. Well, I'm going to try to leave it. I'm going to leave it for now because I'm getting closer to where I want the water to come in anyway. But I will have to break it out right at the end. I can fill this in, and then I'll break that out with the excavator, just because I don't want that blocking up the creek. There's enough things that are blocking it up. We don't need to have that going on. So, and you can see the remnants of, that's what it looks like after. That's not dirt, that's sand stirred up from me digging. The water is actually very clean, but down this end, it's a little silty. You can almost see the ring in it. I don't know if it'll pick it up on camera. It's a little overcast today. Luckily, it's nice, and I don't say cool, but it's not 98 degrees like it has been. So you can see kind of the ring right there is where it's not down that end. So it takes about a week for it to clear up, and then I dig it up again. But here's another shot so you can see the real estate that I've taken away. But we're getting there. This is getting there. And like I said, you can see the slope. You haven't seen that yet either. That's pretty much done, except I haven't tracked it in vertically yet. I have 2 humps I got to get out of there. For some reason, I can't see them when I'm in there, and I keep missing them. But all right, well, see, good things come to people who watch to the end. So hope you enjoyed the little sneak peek bonus for only people. Don't tell anybody.